Okay. Hello, ladies, and welcome to Aoife's Hot Seat. I'm going to share my screen with you guys so we can run through a little bit about Aoife before she gets stuck in. So let's see.
Just move that aside.
Ahead.
Yeah, there we go.
Here she is.
We got it. So we're here tonight to celebrate Aoife and her amazing journey. She has so many accomplishments in the last nearly 2 years now. Big one being that she went through her fourth pregnancy and had to recover from a fourth C-section, which was insane, all while still training and looking after herself. So this is Aoife's Instagram handle, Fit for Moms, if anybody doesn't follow her and wants to follow her. But yeah, we'll just celebrate Aoife now.
Yeah. So first picture was just before pregnancy, Aoife. Was it on the just when you come back after the last C-section?
So I was, I think 5 months postpartum.
Yeah. And then we were absolutely sucking diesel, dropping off body fat, getting stronger, getting really lean, and Aoife was literally just in such a good rhythm. Everything was like clicking into place, and then surprise, baby number 4. But she trained all through pregnancy, which was like, it was so like nice to see, because obviously we focused on different things, but we kept her strength going, and she was able to go right up to like our photo shoot. So this was when she started. We dropped like 10 kilos or something like that just before the baby, before we got pregnant. Then Aoife's first photo shoot was in August.
It was actually supposed to be a beach shoot for all of us, but the weather was so bad.
We ended up doing it in the back garden. So this is my back garden.
So lucky we had the nice awning around her. It was
a
disaster.
Aoife absolutely rocked it and showed up like only a couple of months in, and smashed her photo shoot, which was so nice to see as well, and just had the confidence to just wear her bikini and to absolutely smile and crush it. Then we went on to May 2025. This is like, I think this is 8 months pregnant. Like bump was literally bumping for this one. As Aoife would say, it was the bump in the road on her fitness journey, literally.
But she was like, heck it, I'm going to do the shoot pregnant. And we're like, why not? Celebrate it. So.
And it's just so empowering.
Well, that's what they're going to do.
Yeah, exactly. It was just so empowering to be able to train all the way up till this shoot and use it as a goal while being pregnant, to just keep habits and routine in place and to feel really strong. And it's so nice to see how the body can adapt and grow a human while still getting strong and looking after herself at the same time too. And then this was December 2025, her most recent shoot. This is like post for fourth C-section, and 4 kids, and absolutely rocking it like within a couple of months too, within a very short period of time. So after Aoife had her C-section number 4, I think it was like 4 weeks afterwards, and we started off with 10 days afterwards. Aoife showed up and did her check-in. 10 days post C-section, she was checking in, showing up for herself. We started to put little things in place like nutrition, small habits, water, all that kind of stuff. 4 weeks later, then she started doing some recovery movements, literally getting the blood flow out of the body so she could feel strong again. And then like 10 weeks later, then she was back in the gym training and feeling really strong and good again. But obviously starting from scratch with a brand new body again, and adapting and recovering and like absolutely showing up and
amazing.
Rocking it. So.
I remember your first time back to the gym after the baby, you were just so happy with yourself. Like finally.
And we'll let Aoife tell the leg press story. And then this is literally last week. Just rocking up and doing a trike without any planning or preparation, and I was having a nervous breakdown because I was like, I wish we could have trained for this.
So the other Ellen had to pull out, and then another Ellen, which there's 2 Ellens, had no partner, and Aoife was like,
I'll do it.
Okay.
And she did. And absolutely crushed it. This has been Aoife's I suppose journey at like a 30,000 like foot view. So this has been some of the milestones that she has hit, but we will let Aoife tell you more about her story.
So we'll go out now and we'll start chatting to her instead. Right, so unshare screen. Yes. Girls, 1 second. Oh, you're still sharing.
So
you're still sharing.
Yeah, so share and then exit which.
Click off that. I don't know. Click off this. No, lads.
I think we just have to share the screen.
Okay, sorry, lads.
We'll make Aoife big.
Yeah, we'll make Aoife big if we can. There we are. Now it's like we're not gonna be able to get her on the screen.
It's been a long day, ladies. Okay, Aoife, do we have sound on your part? Yeah.
I think so.
Okay, cool. You have it. Yeah. Okay. So taking you back to like the first picture or your first kind of starting pictures, where were you at in your head and in your body, and what were you kind of feeling like? What was life like just before you kind of got back into training again?
I think before I got back into training, like when I rejoined with yourself, it was very much like I was approaching 30 years of age, and I said it to you in that first call, like that I hadn't a nice thing to say about myself, like when I looked in the mirror or anything like that. And that was really sad to admit. So I was like, no, right, okay, like let's do this. And everything I ever done in life was always for, like kids or, husband, house, dog, work. And it was very much like, no, like if I'm not there to do any of that, like even like in my head, like or how I look, like if that's gonna drag me down, like it's gonna take its toll on all of that.
Yeah. So it was it kind of just something that you were like, okay, today's the day, I'm just gonna reach out and I need to kind of start looking after myself again? Was there like a moment?
Yeah, pretty much. Very, very much like I knew something had to give. I was constantly getting bogged down by how I looked, by how I felt, not even necessarily how I looked, because I'm a firm believer that the scales isn't everything, but it was the mentality I took on my own body. It was like, no, it was really horrible. Like it was horrible. I was horrible to myself. So I was like, no, something has to change here. And I knew, right, I'm going to need some help there. I'm going to need somebody to help guide me through it, even though I had like some knowledge myself. But, you know, it's just that push that's not family sometimes that is all you need, like.
Yeah. Like at the moment we're over 15 kilos down now, and that is with a C-section right bang in the middle too, which is like crazy. Do you know what I mean? So like the body's been through a lot. But what made you like want to continue training this time around?
So I was with Louise like back in the body block stage, and I actually was pregnant when I was with Louise on my second, and I was like, no, that's it, I'm done. I'm not training anymore. I'm not doing this. I was trying to protect that pregnancy, and then I think there was such a mentality shift this time because I had already invested in myself, and I have no shame in saying that my, latest beautiful addition, he was an unplanned pregnancy, and he was, and it was very much like I've come so far in myself that I can look in the mirror, I can enjoy, certain aspects of my body. We're getting there. I'm not going to let just a pregnancy throw this all off. Like I can do this and it'll benefit me in the long run. Like I knew I was going to have to go for another section. I knew I was going to have my fallopian tubes removed, all of that kind of stuff. So it's like, this is going to benefit me like in the long run and benefit my kids as well though.
Absolutely.
And speaking of kids, 6, 4, 2, and 9 months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
That's pretty chaotic, I'd say, as well, is it?
It's mental. It's crazy, but I thrive off chaos though. So 100% like. Yeah, I'd say my sofa gets a panic attack if I sit on
it. But like just seeing that you're able to look after yourself and prioritize your own health and fitness goals while having 4 kids is nothing short of inspiring, because there's so many women out there who would say, oh, I'm too busy. I've got kids. They're so focused on their kids, but you're so focused on your kids too, but you're also able to turn that love on yourself and be like, no, I'm worth looking after and I'm an inspiration to them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to be an emotion.
I think like there was a big thing there, like when it comes to like, especially like my daughter, like it's creating this positive atmosphere that if I can look in the mirror and say nice things about me, then whenever she reaches, her, especially as a teenage years or even as she's, going into her 30s, and she can actually appreciate what her body's done. And it's very much so like, yes, I'm working on me, but I'm setting that body positive mindset for all of them, and that's really, really important to me because I didn't have that growing up, so it's really important that there's a body positivity and, that there's a want to actually better yourself.
Yeah, and to lead by example as well is so important.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So you did a photo shoot while 8 months pregnant. Tell us about it. What was that like? The mentality behind
It
it?
was great. Like genuinely, like I am going to say, like it took every single ounce of my mortal being not to share what meals I was having while all of the other ladies were in full on prep because I wasn't, but it was fantastic. I was so proud of myself because like that was my fourth pregnancy, and at 8 months pregnant, yes, you'd find me down cleaning a skirting board or something like that, but never like still in a gym or embracing my actual pregnant body. Like, you
Yeah,
know, like you get bigger, you get larger, you're in pain, and it was very much like no, and they're so special to have.
yeah,
Like those photos, like, you know, and it wasn't like, you know, oh, let's go do a maternity shoot. You know, it was like, no, let's highlight the fact that one, like, it is okay to train while pregnant, and it's actually so beneficial to train while you're pregnant, no matter what kind of delivery you're going to have, what kind of pregnancy you have.
hmm
It does help. And I think especially as you have more kids, it is, you know, it's great, but it's good for your like mental health
yeah. It is, yeah,
to
100%.
just get out and do that,
Yeah,
you know? But the mentality was to just get in and do this, like set new challenges. Like I said, whenever I started with Badass, that I wanted to start stepping out of my actual like little box,
yeah,
and you would have never caught me doing anything like that on any of the other three. And I think I've accomplished that goal I set myself 2 years ago by stepping outside of my own
yeah.
little comfort boxes and, you know, doing things I would
Definitely.
never do.
Yeah, like speaking of things you'd never do, just putting your hand up and be like, yeah, I do try you. But what, like a week's notice?
Yeah.
Like
Why
what was
not?
like what was going on in your head? Like where were you at? Like what was the decision of like, yeah, I can do that.
I don't know. Like a little I'm highly competitive. I'm really competitive, like violently competitive. Like I won't let my kids win any games. Like absolutely not. If you don't win,
Sounds
tough.
like her.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Sounds
have
like
to
her.
learn how to lose.
straight up. Like if you don't win, tough, you can cry. And it might be harsh, but I'm really competitive. So I think that was it. Like I was very much like, I'd love to see what I can do here, you know, and I think like I don't know if Sam is on this or not, but like some of the other girls, whenever they were putting in like their, you know, their times, I was like, I want to beat that, you know. So 100%, like, and I said it to Ellen as well, who did it with me. I was like, wouldn't it be amazing if we did this? Like, you know, just trying to see how she gained this whole, you know, oh God, this pitch is like real competitive. But she was like, yeah, cool. And I think we were like 20 seconds off or something like that. I was like, awesome. Awesome.
Pretty amazing.
It is. It's amazing what your body can do once you have the belief in your mind that you can do it. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think like just
Yeah, like it was the running and the burpees is what absolutely like gave me the absolute, like, honest to God, I'd rather eat raw chicken, but I did it.
you did it.
So,
You did it. Well, I think your
yeah.
confidence just shone through.
Yeah.
Like from everything you've gone through in the past 2 years, like you said on the last pregnancies, you wouldn't have thought of doing anything like you've done in the last while. So how far you've stepped out of your comfort zone and how much your confidence has grown in yourself and your abilities is unreal. So that's something to be proud of.
Yeah. Yeah. It really is like but like speaking of like I know there's so many like highs in your journey, but like what was one of like the more of the struggles for you, or what did you kind of feel like was like something that was like holding you back, or something that you had to kind of overcome, or like a struggle that you felt like was like hitting you hard at certain points?
I personally find on my own like little journey, what actually hits me hard is the shoots. And I think Louise is probably going to violently agree with this. So normally by now, I go into like this big massive self-sabotage phase. And it's not like I don't intentionally do it, but it's that worry, like, oh my God, like I'm not going to be where I am. Like even the last shoot, like it was very much, and I had people, I had Sarah Ann, I had Darren, I had Jill there going, you are 5 months
Yeah.
after having a baby. Stop putting so much bloody pressure on yourself. And I think that's my biggest struggle to overcome. And I'm very much like, for this shoot, I'm like, no, it's not happening. I'm going to focus on what I can achieve now, like what's actually in my control to do. And I think there was in the body recomp thing that you did, like one thing that's really resonated with me is about the fat loss, and that we can't choose where it comes off.
Yeah.
Because if I could choose, it would come off my lower tummy, like straight up, like
Yeah,
down,
I think
and then I'd be
everyone,
happy.
yeah,
We're all
did
the
like
same.
You know, and
you move it to your arse. Like that's like what everyone
yeah, But I think, yeah, my biggest struggle is actually probably myself and how I view my own body sometimes. Like, yes, okay, I'm more positive about it, but I do go through these struggles. I think where it's going to be highlighted more to rather than just Louise and Kat or my husband standing there taking the photos of me and my knickers, you know,
Yeah.
it's very much like, oh my God, like there's going to be other women there, you know. And I do compare and I know I shouldn't, but I think we all can compare,
Yeah,
Of
but like
course.
it's just
you
reminding
know.
yourself as well, like just compare yourself to you and where you're at, and you have to
Mm,
remember every single pregnancy and C-section or any kind of birth that you have, your body is completely different afterwards. You're starting with a new
yeah.
body, like you're building it back up from scratch. Like it's a massive surgery. Like it's absolutely insane that what
Yeah.
goes through, what happens in C-section, and to be able to train afterwards and to like wrap up to a photo shoot 5 months after C-section, like that. That's crazy.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean? It's that willpower that you have to be like, I want to do better and I want to improve and I want to grow and I want to learn about my body. Do you know?
Mm,
I think it's amazing.
yeah, it is.
yeah.
Absolutely. And I think what you're saying will resonate. It resonates with us even we don't have kids, but it's like there's always going to be that thing in our heads where we compare ourselves to others or we look at our body very critically. I think that's just a human thing or a woman thing,
Yeah.
especially. But like,
Yeah, well, even when I was doing like bodybuilding shows, and I like you'd never be staging ever again because like that's literally for that day. And then every
Yeah.
like for after my first show, I had a lot of like I felt horrible all the time because I was never that lean. Do you know what I mean? It was like I'm fatter now than I ever was because I wasn't staging.
Mm,
But I was comparing myself to that unrealistic thing that had happened. But there was something that I kind of kept as a mantra going through all of that, and I was kind of like love the body you have while working on the body you want. And I even to
yeah.
this day I still try out my head. So some weeks when you have a period, you feel low, you feel like crap, you don't want to
Yeah.
you don't want to do your check in, and it's those days where it's like, yeah, look, your body's been through an amazing amount.
your body is
Like
grown.
that's amazing what you've said there about like the body that you want. Like for years and years, like I suppose I was always chasing skinny
Yeah,
because I think that's what was nearly expected of women that they had to be a certain size, they had to have a certain size ass, certain sized arms, you know. And now I'm very much like, wait, hold on a second now. I'm actually not built to be skinny. I'm built to be lean. I'm built to be strong. Like skinny's nothing. Yeah, cool. It's all well and good, but it's very much like this is more than just chasing, you know, a scale
yeah,
and a weight loss drop. It's very much so finding who you actually are when you focus on just you. And I'm true and true now becoming like this advocate for like invest in yourself.
yeah.
Straight up, like if you want to work on you, like you have to be able to invest in yourself, you know. And I think it's I think it's really important now, especially, and I'm highlighting that more and more and more.
Yeah, you will never regret investing in yourself in any way, shape, or form because you're going to learn, you're going to grow from it, you're going to be a stronger person from it as well,
Yeah.
and you deserve it as well. Like we don't bat an eyelid booking kids into camps or bringing them to Irish dancing and buying them things, and like we never think about it twice. Then it's like, oh, I want to buy a sports bra. Oh, will I buy that sports bra? And it's like €12, and you're having this battle with yourself because you know you can spend that on something else, but you are just as important.
But that's it then. You come home and then you spend bloody €15 on Minecraft for one of the kids and you're like, oh well, there we go.
Yeah.
You
So
know?
what are you most proud of in this journey? I know there's been a lot of like really cool milestones, but for you, what stands out for you like that you're most proud of?
I think the platform I'm building, and I know that probably sounds real like silly or whatever, but to me it's not. I think I'm building this platform not just for my kids, but like even my own group of friends and stuff like that, you know. And it's very much like they're like, how do you do it? And it's like, yes, we all have 24 hours. Our 24 hours all look absolutely different, but it's how you work your 24 hours. And if it works today, over it. I think it's that I'm after taking that I can, I suppose, like, you know, pass on to other people that like if you want to,
You're,
you have one body, like just
can you say that again, Aoife? You just froze there on us. So it was pass it on and
oh
then
sorry.
You're grand.
It's just about passing on that positivity that like, you know, if you want to go and do something, just go and do it. Like you have one life, you've got one body, like just make the absolute most of it, you know. And think it's really important nowadays, especially because everything is all doom and gloom.
Yeah. And you don't need permission to look after yourself, and stop waiting for permission, because if you're
That's
waiting
it.
for someone else to tell you can do it,
You've
like
been waiting
you'll
forever.
be a long time.
You'll be waiting for absolute ever.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, absolutely.
We'll do our quick fire questions.
Okay, go
Yeah.
on.
Okay. So what is now? Answer these fast. Don't be thinking about these now. Okay.
Okay.
Right.
She
Your
knows the
most
more
favorite exercise in the gym.
Lateral raise.
What? What's she saying? Lateral raises. Oh!
Lateral, yeah.
We're best friends, Aoife.
Your
Love
least favorite.
Your least favorite.
Here, so maybe.
Oh,
Yeah,
Paula, you're not on mute there.
it. Leg press.
Leg press. Oh, stop.
Oh no, not leg press.
Leg
The
press.
leg extension.
Oh,
Leg
leg
extension.
extension.
That one.
This is good. I was like, don't saying that.
So your favorite quick go-to meal. Your favorite.
Sorry, say that again.
Favorite quick go-to meal.
Chicken, sweet corn, black bean on sourdough bread with a bit of mayo.
Well, that's a
That
different
sounds
one.
nice. Yeah, I remember that. And favorite workout music
Or song.
or song.
I have to listen to something either really heavy metal or something that I will be able to like sing along to, like a bit of Bruno Mars or Shania Twain or something. There's no in between. It's either really heavy or real poppy.
So what would be your biggest piece of advice to anyone starting this journey or early on in this journey?
I think that, this is all going to happen overnight. It's not like, I suppose like my journey is like my literal bump in the road was a baby, and it's just stick with it, like don't let one day or 1 week or 1 month like stop you from working on you, know?
Yeah. Love that.
Yeah,
shit happens. Deal with it.
Easy to let things derail you, I think.
Yeah.
It's just one of those things where something happens and then suddenly you're like, I'm just going to throw the towel in. But then we always say it's like life is just full of ups and downs. And I always love the quote where it's like, life is what gets in the way when you're busy making other plans. And that is literally, I always say that because I'm like, that is what fucking happens. It just gets thrown at you. So
I'll do a few questions because you have a few minutes left. So girls, if anybody would like to unmute or shout out to Aoife, work away.
I don't think we muted everyone successfully anyway, so if you're not on mute, you can ask her something. I think everyone can unmute themselves anyway.
Just unmute yourself and ask. But there's
some nice things in the chat. Why did you just do it yourself?
I'm just trying to...
She's muting everything now.
Okay. I'm trying to read here and see if there's any questions in. But girls, like ask a question if you like, or you can unmute. They're Anne is a fan of the lateral raises.
I never thought she'd say that. She never liked upper body before.
Alana says you needed to hear that shit happens and move on. Yeah.
I don't like upper body, but I love lateral raises. It's probably the only upper thing I actually love. So I'm with Aoife on that one.
Yeah, I do like it now. Lateral raises, I have to say.
Love it.
Any questions for Aoife before we finish?
No, not a question, but I'm just going to come in and say...
Your picture is a little dog, cute puppy.
I guarantee you she's about to make me cry.
No, I'm not. Listen, Aoife, well done. That was amazing. You are truly an inspiration. Like my pregnancy journey is long over, but for anyone listening in, like you are so inspiring to everyone and just well done. And you always look amazing at the shoots. You bring the best energy and we're so happy to know you and have you as part of our little community. So,
all right. Now is the right thing to say. Aoife's fallen.
I'm a crier.
I was expecting this like tears much earlier on. Aoife, you actually held it together.
I'm holding my why I'm actually put the glasses
on. Alana, here we all second that. Yeah. Love it.
Aoife, you are an absolute rock star, and for everything that you've been through and the person that you are coming out of the other end of this journey till now has been completely different. Like your mindset and how you like visualize yourself, but also your determination is second to none. And it's so nice to see that you like keep putting time into yourself, even though you have 4 small kids and your sister that's living with you now that has additional needs too. It's not an easy day-to-day life, but you still squeeze a little bit of time in the day for you, and it's paying off dramatically, and you're leading by example, and we absolutely love you.
Yeah, and I think I hope you are proud of yourself, and that you actually are proud and like of your achievements. You're not just like going, oh, stop, like, you know, you're fond of not appreciating yourself. So you need to appreciate like everything you've been through, the hard work you put in all the time, and just the fact that you choose yourself. And that's such an inspiration to your family, to your friends, to your kids, everything.
And we can't wait to see you at the next shoot.
Yeah, exciting.
I ordered a halter neck.
Oh, yes. It's the shoulders, even. We have to show them off. They're looking insane.
Halter necks are so flattering. Like, they're the best. Absolute best.
We are just going to grab a little snap of you now, because we didn't get one earlier on when you were chatting. And then if anyone has any final questions for Aoife.
Come on, Aoife.
Pretend you're happy. Perfect. Okay, cool. Last chance, ladies. You have like 2 minutes left.
Up there.
Just Helen's watching this with her daughter too, which is great to see.
Love that.
Absolutely love it.
We'll have for lateral raises.
Yeah, for the halters in the back. Yeah, 100%. Yeah. But your pictures are insane, Aoife. On your last check into the upper back and shoulders are looking absolutely chef's kiss. Any final things now, because we have like 2 minutes to go.
Everyone's being very quiet tonight. Well, apart from the chat. Everyone's like, I'm not unmuting myself to talk.
We're all pretty sure.
Aoife, do you want to come to the gym tomorrow with me?
Sure.
Okay. See you tomorrow.
I do have a question.
See you tomorrow.
How do you manage with the children and like not picking off their plates and stuff like that? Just for any mammies that might be kind of
that's a great question.
Wondering about that.
Drugs. No. It is tough. Like, I was that mom before. Like, I think, you know, where I was very much like, oh, sure, here, look, I'll just eat that half-eaten chicken dipper that fell on the floor. You know, it'll be fine.
10-second rule or 5-second rule.
Pretty much, like, you know, if it hasn't been walked on twice, it's good. But it's very much like, no, I have to write everything down. So, like, I keep like 2 meal plans, like one for me, like one for kids, one for the husband if he's not having one. And it's like, I stick to this. And I have to, and like say, like I eat an awful lot of chicken. So like I'll make chicken tonight. Like I made chicken tonight that will do me for the next like day or two then, so that I don't have to worry about having to actually make that. It's really much like planning. Like it's very much like why I prefer to go to the gym early in the morning, because it's not taken away from kid time or anything, because they're all asleep. I don't have to worry about them. I think, Helen, you were very much the similar. Like that's my little hour where I don't have to worry about anybody else. I just have to worry about grubby little teenagers now in the gym, like, you know, and that's really it, like, you know.
You only have to worry about
but it's time management, and I never sit down like this. This is the first time I've actually sat down all day.
Yeah, I have to say, like, out of everyone, so like with the step count that comes in from everyone, Aoife's steps are absolutely insane, and it's probably such a good reason why she doesn't have to do as much cardio, because her step count is literally through the roof.
Around
yeah,
bombing around on a scorch, not a bother.
Not a bother on you.
The hills are paying off dividends stuff for you, and just being able to smash trike just all those hill walks.
Oh my god, like boring hill's a bitch.
Yeah.
You know, it really is, like.
And it's very mountainous down in Wexford, it is.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah. That has been absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for taking the time to share your story with us. And has any questions for Aoife afterwards, if you're too shy to unmute, I'm sure you can pop them into the group and Aoife will answer for you. Okay, ladies.
Perfect.
Okay, have a lovely evening. Thank you so much, Aoife. I'm going to chat to you soon.
Thank you. Bye.
We'll stop.